What's up, YouTube? Giving a long-awaited part 3 to this Jeep TJ build. I tried repeatedly to make this video, and phone problems, ran out of storage, and probably will this time too, so I'll keep it snappy. So, it's changed a lot. It's been a long time since I made a video. Just to kind of quickly go over it, we've been highlined. That's right, the fenders are 3 inches up, the giveaway sign is down here. I simply re-drilled the holes in the back. I'm not going to get into too much detail, but they're 3 inches taller, and the hood has been cut 3 inches to accommodate that. There was a winch plate on the front here. The little end pieces off the bumper have been removed. We have Grand Cherokee V8 tie rod on there. New battery mount, which has kind of fallen to pieces. That's why there's this ratchet strap down there holding it all together. It was Plastidip black. Now it's kind of fading back into red because I didn't like how the black looked, and the big pieces came off. As you can see, there's still some remnants of black on there. I'm just a bit lazy and haven't pulled it off yet. Rear bumper as well, that's been removed. Yeah, and also the rear fender was massively rolled to accommodate this tire. Now, with that being said, I just realized how long it's been since I have, in fact, made a video. In the previous one, it had the factory fender line still. Now it's much higher. And with this setup, even with factory bump stops, the tires do not rub that much. Of course, when you disconnect the sway bars, and this has no rear sway bar anymore, they do hit. But I need to get some Rubicon Express Rubicon Express bump stops on there, trim those to size, and that'll make this all work very, very well. I have no intention to lift it anymore. If anything, as far as lift, I would just do like an OEM spring or Old Man Emu, the good high quality springs on there. Going forward, let's go over things that broke. Soft top. The soft top, one night it got very cold, had the windows rolled up, and it just tore the zippers and everything, and the zippers all cocked up on the back window here. There's a few other spots where the soft top kind of fell apart, so that needs to get replaced. Luckily for me, it's winter, so it doesn't really matter. I can just leave it up, and I don't feel bad about not using my Jeep to the full potential. The shocks. Okay, I've blown up many bar pins from Pro Comp now. I don't know if their bar pins just suck, or is it because I'm putting too much stress on them, but down there I've broken each side off, and each time I just went back to 4-wheel parts, and they'll just give you a new one. It's not covered by any warranty, but they'll just give you another one. Reason being is because the front suspension is usually limited in articulation by the sway bar. Once you remove that, the limiting factor is now the shock absorber, so whenever I flex this out too far, it puts all that stress on all the bushings. On the back, since I removed the rear sway bar, the upper shock bushings are just killing themselves. They probably were before. I'm not very good to this thing off-road. Those Pro Crops are pretty terrible. But these rear shock bushings are destroyed, and it bangs around terribly. And what I'd like to do is just get new shocks, because you can't really just buy bushings, and these shocks suck a lot. I'd like to go ahead and put some nice Bilstein 46mm medium duty shocks on there, or 36. It'd just be one shot done, wouldn't have to worry about it for the rest of the Jeep's life. With that in mind though, I'd also like to put on the right bump stops and some limiting straps so I don't destroy those shocks as well. Trying to be snappy. I think that's all. I mean, that is it, I guess. That's gone wrong with the Jeep, or things that have changed on it. Lots of things I'd still like to do to it. Obviously, has a winch plate on there that needs to get a worn winch on there. I had a Badlands winch on there, but then I sold it. I was like, you know what? I don't want this always in the back of my mind that I got the cheap ass winch. So I'm gonna put just a basic worn on there, just the $500 worn winch, but still a worn. It needs axle gears. We're still on 373s. It needs some 488s. I'd like to go as high as I can. Front axle shafts should be changed out for some chromoly axle shafts. Blue Torch diff covers, just kind of an homage to my old Jeep, because that was a pretty big piece of it. You could see the rear end of a lot of my old Jeep, and you could see that big Blue Torch diff cover. It needs an engine skid plate. I'd like to put an auxiliary transmission cooler on it. Needs a radiator shroud. I'd like to put some full soft doors on it. I'd like to weld some D-ring mounts onto the bumpers. There's a couple things. But as with any Jeep, it's never really done. But that's the plan for right now. Kind of just the things I read off the top of my head there. Obviously there's more, but for right now, it's working really good. It's just my daily driver. It's a bit noisy, a bit obnoxious. Oh, it also needs exhaust, because no reason. It just needs exhaust. Let's just leave it there. But that's what's going on. That's part 3. Hope you subscribe, follow, like. There's a whole lot of other Jeep videos on my channel. There was a Grand Cherokee build that kind of ended, which I need to make a final part to, but that's no longer in the picture. There's videos of this thing in stock form off-road. There needs to be some more of this thing actually in its current form off-road because it looks pretty cool and performs amazingly well. But yeah, check out my channel, subscribe, like, I don't care. Do whatever. Goodbye.